Hmm? Hmm. Should I start? Okay. Good morning, everyone. Can you please give me a few minutes because people are still logging in? Thank you. Ready? Are they wishing everybody health and good morning? Good, good. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. What other places? Mm-hmm. All right. Other places? That's Debbie, yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, I think I should start. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I hope that everybody can hear me. I'm really happy to be here for two reasons. One, that I want to share with you everything there is to share about B.E.S.A and VTCT. And the other reason is that after my son's graduation on Friday, I had a terrible accident at Hanya Airport, and I was hospitalized, came out of hospital yesterday, and I'd like to say a public thank you to 4 people besides my family, my workmates. Those are Ioana Papathanasiou, who is the exams officer, Christina Papathanasiou, who is in the accounting department, Efi Duma, who's in sales and development, and Evangelia Fanourakis, who's in the academic department. Now, it's great to be here, to be alive, basically, because I had a terrible fall. And if at any point I don't feel well, or you see me, dropping dead, Ioana will take over, okay? Right. Okay, I'm going to give you a bit of info on B.E.S.A and VTCT. B.E.S.A is an acronym, and it stands for Best Educational Services and Assessment. In the Balkans, where we reside, B.E.S.A also means in Greece, in Bulgaria, Romania, Turkey, Albania, all around the Balkans, it means that you're a man. I don't want to be sexist. You're a man or a woman of your word. So B.E.S.A has taken over PACE, which was established in 2018 in Athens, and it consists of people who have a dream and a mission to carry out. Now, we support and develop future-proof language professionals in Greece, and not only. we have been working with the Chartered Institute of Linguists in order to provide people with a diploma in translation. We are the representatives in the Balkans of ESOL worldwide, providing teacher training for TEFL, TB, and CELTO. I'll fill you in a bit later on that. We've been also working with ICC Gibraltar, with Coventry, and we actually support this internationally recognized teacher training program. And we have also worked with Tom Reynolds, who is the creator of Reading 51, which is a platform that focuses on the 51 skills and qualities which one needs in order to master the English language. Now, this is an award-winning program, both in Greece with the ELT Award, that was the actual first award that it received, and it is also recognized and has been honored and has received an award from the British Ministry of Education and Commerce as well, Chamber of Commerce in the UK as well. Okay, now, few things about the diploma in translation, quickly. The diploma in translation is the golden seal of translators. It's an EQF European qualification framework that helps someone to become a qualified translator, internationally recognized. We train people and they sit the exam either online or paper-based, okay? It consists of 3 units, there are 3 papers, a written translation of a general text, a written translation of a semi-specialized text in one of the following: technology, business, literature, and a written translation of a semi-specialized text in one of the following: science, social science, law, arts, and culture. Okay, we'll talk a bit later in full detail of how we can assist you in attaining this. Okay, we also represent, as you saw on the first slide, ESOL worldwide, and we provide online training. This is 150 hours of quality training, teaching practice, online or by video submission. Now, excuse me, I'm a bit old and I wrote video submission. You'll have to excuse me on this because this has been going on in the UK since the 1990s. It's run by Linda Hazelwood, who used to work in the British Council in Athens in the 80s and 90s. Okay, the certification is issued by the accrediting body. There's dual certification available, issue number, verified an accrediting body website, 30 years of quality, and employers seek out ESOL graduates. We have a lot of people working online through Linda Hazelwood and ESOL, teaching English and, general English, business English, teaching English online, throughout the world. And it's one of the highest level certificate courses, and it's CELTA equivalent. Again, as I said, I'll give you a bit of information, okay, later on. We also provide courses on teaching business English and a certificate in teaching in English language teaching online. This was first introduced in Greece in 2018, before the pandemic broke out. So not that we were ahead of times, it's just that everybody else was doing it all around the world, and we thought it was a good idea for Greece to do it too. Of course, there are many courses providing such training, but our asset here and our advantage is that we also assist teachers to find a job, which is the most important thing at the moment anyway. Okay, and we're going to go now to the gemstone of our company, B.E.S.A. And our last cooperation with the UK has to do with iTEC and VTCT. Now, VTCT is a gemstone. It stands for Vocational Training Charitable Trust. Now, in the UK and everywhere around the world, a charity is a very important thing, and this particular charity focuses on assisting people, training people certifying people in order to move on in their lives. It's the 7th or 8th largest organization in the UK. It has over 800 qualifications regulated by Ofqual. It is internationally recognized in over, not 52 countries, it's more than 52 countries, it's around 63 countries. And now in Greece, as of, I think it was early February, it's recognized by ΑΣΕΠ. So whoever sits any of their exams, okay, for English, definitely it's ΑΣΕΠ recognized. For the rest of the qualifications, we're working on making certain that they will have Greek recognition as well, not only international recognition, okay? Now, what is VTCT's role in the UK? They have an active role, we have an active role in advancing education in the UK. And it's very important for you to know that we are at the heart of the conversation and we engage with our stakeholders. This is employers, sector skills councils, centers, and learners. We help to shape reform of national standards for the future of education. VTCT plays a vital role in defining many criteria for official certification in the UK. And, you know, we work with regulators to action education policy decisions. So to put it in a nutshell, VTCT is a policy influencer, let me say this, innovator. It plays a very important role in the UK official education body. Okay, now this is the VTCT group. We have VTCT, iTEC, Skills First, Skills for Logistics. As I told you before, there are over 800 qualifications. The list is endless. But I'm not going to go into every single body at the moment. I'm going to focus strictly on VTCT because VTCT and iTEC focus on ESOL, which you are here for at the moment. Okay, so this is our international footprint, as you can see. Okay, we're all over the world. Okay, you can see Americas, Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia, New Zealand. Okay, pretty much all over the world. It's not an awarding body that is just for Greece. It's not an awarding body that is just for the UK and Greece. It is an awarding body that truly assists learners in certifying their knowledge. Okay. Now, concerning regulation and recognition, I mentioned ΑΣΕΠ concerning Greece. And this is a very important slide because it states how important VTCT is in the UK. It's a regulated awarding organization recognized by Ofqual, which is the regulator for England. Qualification Wales, regulator for Wales. SQA accreditation, regulator for Scotland. CCEA, regulator for Northern Ireland, QQI, regulator for Ireland. And we're not limited to one sector, and VTCT's qualifications are recognized by ministries of education across the world. Now, at this point, I want to state that VTCT also has offices in Ireland, which makes it part of the European Union as well. Okay. Now, this is the qualification folio. I'm going to go through it very quickly. Okay. It focuses, these are the things that you will find concerning qualifications in sectors like education, functional skills and language, teacher training, management and leadership, logistics, complementary therapies, hospitality and catering, beauty therapy, apprenticeships, sport, active health and leisure, customer service, employability skills, this is very important, well-being, early years education and childcare, quality assurance, hairdressing and barbering, clinical aesthetics, business and retail, and financial trading. I want you to have a piece of paper and a pen or pencil next to you, because I'll be giving you some information that will be very, very interesting for you to know and to keep in mind, because things will be happening in 2024 as regards training. Okay, education and training. Now, you saw it previously. We were talking about all that it has to offer in many fields, but education and training in particular, these are the 5 certifications that I've picked up which are relevant to you at any point in your career. So we have a VTCT Level 3 Award in Education and Training, a VTCT Level 3 Certificate in Assessing Vocational Achievement. I want you to know something now. When we had our launch it was the last day of August, am I right, Ioana? Last day of August, Moxie Hotel in Athens. Our assessors, our oral examiners were trained, and they will be certified as oral assessors regulated by Ofqual. They will receive a certificate in assessing vocational achievement, okay? And they will also receive the Level 4 award in the internal quality assurance of assessment processes and practice, okay? As regards assessment and training, these are the certifications that we offer at the moment. Another gemstone, which is very important, are the Level 4 Certificate in Education and Training and the Level 5 Diploma in Education and Training. Now, please make a note of this, okay? If you have a teacher training certificate, okay, which is over 120 hours, and it is recognized by an official awarding professional body, okay? If you complement your certificate with the VTCT Level 5 Diploma in Education and Training, you are allowed to practice in the UK public sector. This is very, very important, okay, because you can understand that this will open up many, many doors for a lot of people, for summer schools, for various jobs in the UK and elsewhere as well. Okay, let's move on now to the English language portfolio, okay? Now, there are exams, there are English exams, English ESOL exams, not only English ESOL exams with VTCT, there are other exams too that focus on, longevity in English language qualifications. We understand the importance of language and communication, and VTCT is committed to English language qualifications that support pathways to employment. And we also have to certify effective communication, because it's not just a skill, it's a powerful tool. So as you can see, we focus on all of this. We promote ESOL, and it has become a mission for VTCT to engage as many countries as possible to take up and certify their learners or students with VTCT exams. Okay, so our purpose and mission is to provide learners and their educational institutions an outstanding experience through the delivery of our core activities of awarding, assessment, accreditation, research, and digital education, and the advancement of education for the public good, providing a direct line of sight to a job, enhancing learners' knowledge and skills, thereby improving career prospects. Now, you're probably wondering, why on earth is she giving us all this information? We're just here to learn about B1, B2, C1, C2. Well, because to be quite frank, folks, I respect you. And I think that because people and providers, certificate providers, have been naming Greece a broken market, because we have over 30, we have over 30 certificates recognized by ΑΣΕΠ. We provide pupils, learners with a vast choice of certification. I think that it's time that we actually did a bit of filtering, and we thought of what's best for both the learner and the provider. And the provider, in this case, I mean you. You have a lot to gain with VTCT because it is an organization, and you'll find out later on, that is here to stay, and it is making it possible for many, many countries to, let me put it this way, to make something good out of English language teaching and English language certification. Remember, as I said in the beginning, it's a charity. Okay, so there's more to this. Oops, sorry. Okay, so why VTCT, you might ask? I've got 30 more, okay, 29 more, 31 more. It might be by the end of this year, 50, I don't know, okay. But why VTCT? Well, think of the increased confidence, the comprehensive assessment, the support in employability, the career progression routes that we will provide, and above all, the recognized qualifications. And I do not mean Greece alone. Greece focuses on A.S.E.P, full stop. VTCT does not only focus on A.S.E.P and Ofqual. It's all over Ofqual. As a matter of fact, they're being audited at the moment by Ofqual, and you will see Elaine and Lucy, Lucy Strand and Elaine Ruddock towards the end of the presentation. But they don't only focus on Ofqual, they focus on what is true education and basically development, students' development. Okay, so when we talk about the delivery of assessment of VTCT qualifications, it can be any qualification, not only ESOL. We're talking about monthly exam windows, paper-based delivery, as well as online delivery, timetabled release of results. So when we say that the results will be out by, let's say, the 6th of December, they will be out by the 6th of December, okay? Randomized question papers and fast turnaround of results. Okay, now I'm sorry about the Greek here, but I'm bilingual, but my husband calls me bipolar. Okay, I don't think my workmates think that I'm bipolar, but okay. As you can see, we've made a list of all the advantages that you have when you choose VTCT. They're friendly towards the candidate. There's one format for all levels, beginning from B1 to C2. We will also provide young learners as of 2024, multiple choice in reading and listening, Simsifismos, or it's an overall grade for listening, reading, writing, and speaking, okay? There are 9 exam sessions throughout the academic year. For example, as of 2024, we will be running exams in January, February, April, not March, April, May, June, July, September, okay? And it's, I think, October and December again, okay? Now, we also have 2 essays, one which is your part 2, which is, I'll tell you later on, which someone has to write. It's not optional, it's compulsory. And a choice, the first part is a choice out of 4 topics, which is you choose your option. Now, the oral examinations is 6 minutes upwards, okay, up to 8 to 10 minutes, okay? It's a 1-to-1 examination. We don't have 2 candidates and 1 assessor or 2 assessors. We have 1 candidate, 1 assessor, and the actual oral examination session is, of course, recorded. Okay, you get results in 5 weeks, and there's a free reset if anyone fails, because it's not fair for a parent or for any candidate, for that matter of fact, to pay fees, again, reception fees. Okay, Now, I'm going to go through the exam for B1, B2, C1, C2. So if you have any questions, please write in the Q&A. Ioana will be answering, okay? She's the exams officer. So we're going to go first to B1 level, okay? As I said before, we will provide young learners as well, and we will be providing online exams, probably proctoring as well. But because of VTCT's workload, headquarters in the UK, we haven't actually piloted our first online exam. It will be piloted during late November, and it will take off from there as of 2024, actually, okay? December 2023 or January 2024. Okay, now, first of all, I'm going to make this clear to everyone. Personally speaking, and I've been in this field as a teacher, teacher trainer, and whatever else. I'm not going to go through my CV right now, but I've been in this trade for over 30 years, so it's a pretty long time. And I've actually studied quite a bit with, I was blessed to study with very important tutors like Trisha Hedge and so on. I don't believe that an examination that assesses two skills, for example, reading or listening, or writing and speaking alone, separately, okay, just the two skills, okay, gives you an overall picture of what the candidate really knows. Now you're going to tell me neither do all the exams that you know are taking place at the moment, or maybe not even your exam. And I'm not saying my exam of VTCT, they might not give us the whole picture. Sure, okay, you have a point there, but at least we put on, you know, we don't test, we assess, we have some kind of idea, let me put it this way, of how somebody functions concerning their listening skills, their reading skills, their writing skills, and their oral skills. So we actually see both, you know, their receptive skills and their passive skills, which is very, very important, okay? And I don't think that there is anyone who might disagree with that, okay? But again, this is my personal opinion, and I do respect people that do not agree with this. But if I were to support any exam and promote any exam, I would only deal with exams that would have 4 skills. I am, you know, I'm adamant on this. I don't negotiate on this. Okay, so let's go to our B1 certification. And we have the listening, reading, writing, and oral examination. There's a 20-minute slot for listening, 45 minutes for reading, 70 minutes for writing, and the oral examination, which is 6 minutes plus. And please make a note of this, 6 minutes plus. It has to be a minimum of 6 minutes, okay? Now, so you have the listening. One thing that I have to stress is that in this exam, there is no note-taking, okay? No dictation, multiple choice, and all of the parts are heard twice by the candidates, okay? So you have part 1, where you have 7 sentences, for example, or questions, and you listen and you respond. Part 2, where you have, again, okay, a set of questions that you respond to, okay? And part 3, the last questions, where again, you choose from A, B, or C. It's multiple choice. Again, fairly straightforward. Any course book that you do will cover these exams, but at the moment, there are 2 publishing houses working on this. So you will have books fairly soon with sample papers for practice, and we will also be providing material for language learners who will be sitting this exam. Okay. Now, I'm going to go to B2. The format is the same for, excuse me, the format is the same for B2. You have your listening, your reading, and your orals. I'm going to go through the reading paper of B2. In the first part of the reading paper, okay, you read the text and you select the correct answer to questions by choosing, A, B, C, or D, and you fill in the space. For example, okay, I don't know, you can see? Can everyone see? Part one here, okay. For example, there's a question. I can't see question 31 here. Okay, for example, question 32, which line contains a spelling error? Okay, so in this part, we check punctuation, we check spelling, we check a bit of vocabulary, grammar, fill in the blank. It's your typical use of English little section. So if you've done your work properly, and I'm sure you do your work properly with your students, there's no way that they're going to find this part of the test intimidating, difficult, or anything like that. It's pretty straightforward, okay? Now, following this is evident in B1, B2, C1, and C2, okay? Right. Now, oops. Now, I've left it out. I apologize for this. There are also texts. Ioana is giving me the angry look over there, okay? There are also texts, pretty straightforward texts, the test reading comprehension. So you have, your passage, your text, and the learner answers the questions. Pretty much so like in every decent exam there is, beginning with Cambridge, of course. Okay. All right, let's go on to the writing. Now, there's a lot of talk about writing here, what we should examine, what we shouldn't examine, etc., etc. Now, as you know, okay, people who have an intermediate level in the language are requested to write an article, okay, for example, or a review, or something in a blog, because people do write in blogs nowadays, or even make a proposal. So if you look at the contents of this paper here, for example, you have in option A, you visited a tourist attraction in your area and were disappointed with your experience. You decided to write an article for your local newspaper about your experience, So you should include in your article details of the tourist attraction you visited, why you felt disappointed, how the attraction could be improved, whether it is important to attract tourists to the local area. Now, all of these are bullet points that, a candidate must include in the article. And it's, if you allow me to use this expression, I think this is guided writing. It's pretty straightforward, easy for the candidate who's been well trained to do this, to complete this task, okay? Now, again, in option B, you can see that a review is requested for a magazine. Now, someone has tried a new app, okay, designed to help with studying. I hope it's not Duolingo, and you decide to write a review for a magazine. So you should include in your review the features of the app, okay? Who the app would be particularly suitable for, what you found useful about the app, some suggestions for improving the app. Now, I've seen written papers, I've seen essays of teenagers writing reviews about apps. Phenomenal. These people know what to write about. Adults, okay, I am sorry to say, well, older adults are not that accustomed. Younger adults, of course, can function beautifully, but teenagers are a work of art, and they work beautifully on this. Okay, and again, you have another option where you can write in a blog about music in your life. And I think that's something that a lot of us would be able to write about, and many teenagers as well. So you have how important music is in your life, when do you prefer to listen to music, how you discover new types of music, whether you sing or play any instruments. Okay, and of course, a proposal. Now imagine that someone who is over 18, 20 is sitting this exam. Obviously, they need to know how to write a proposal, okay? So option D will allow them, okay, to display this. So your college wants to update its website. You decide to write a proposal about how the website should be updated, including the proposal, who uses the website, and the information that needs to be included, what will encourage most people to use the website, and offer to help with the update. Okay, and we go to part 2, which is one common topic for everyone. Everyone has to sit this, okay? So it's 150 to 200 words, okay? It's written in pen, not in pencil, okay? And don't ask me why I mentioned this, but it's written in pen, only in pen. And you have a friend who will finish school next year and is trying to decide whether to go straight to university or take a gap year, which is a year off to do something else. So you decide to write to your friend and give some advice. So you should include it in your email. Ask your friend what he's planning to study, explain why going straight to university may be best, recommend good ways of spending a year off or a gap year, and suggest who to talk to for more advice. Now, I'm pretty sure basically that in your career, that you've all dealt with such writing items, and you've trained you've taught your students, you've trained your students, and most students do beautifully in the writing because they're fairly familiar with the topics. And publishers also make a point of choosing, the right material when publishing their books. Okay, so C1, I'm focusing on the reading again, same format, as you can see. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go for the Jan is going to kill me. I forgot the reading text too. Okay, I think I've done the proficiency anyway. Okay, now I'm going to tell you something that you should take into consideration. For most of Europe, excuse me, for most of Europe and the UK, C1 is mostly preferred, okay, as an exam, and C1 allows students to enter universities. VTCT will also be in the UCAS list probably by next month, if not by next month, early January, as I was told yesterday. So you have no worries concerning that. Your students who will have their certification in C1 or C2, okay, will be able to fulfill the requirements for entry. Even for postgraduate studies for UCAS anyway, and undergraduate. Of course, this also depends on each university alone, because there are apps that have become suddenly awarding bodies, okay, and have gained a lot of recognition in universities. Anyway, back to reality. Now, as I said, C1 is an exam, is a level, CFR level, that is mostly preferred by everyone around Europe, except Greece. Now, we have, let's say, an issue with certifying people at C2 level at a very young age for 2 reasons. One, our parents, whom we dearly love and respect, insist that their children, okay, attain C2 level in English, okay, to say the least, because they have their high school exams and university entrance exams, and they want them to complete, so to say, their certification in English, etc. This doesn't happen anywhere else in Europe. It happens strictly in Greece. So most people don't opt for C1. I would recommend it because it's a good way to ensure that your students are at a very good level. And I am willing to make extra discounts for students, teenage students. Let me please make a note of that, who will be sitting their C1 exams, okay? Because I'm a fond, let's say, believer in C1. I like C1, okay? So after the part where they test use of English, we have your basic reading text where you have a passage and questions that pupils answer, excuse me, so we can assess their comprehension. Okay. Oops. Okay, I'm going to go to the writing now. Okay, here we have the same format again, 4 options to choose from. It can be a blog post, it can be an article, it can be a proposal. Okay, so people work around that anyway when they're having their lessons in English. So they will be, I assume, well prepared. I'm absolutely certain actually they will be well prepared to sit the writing section of the test. Again, we have our bullet points, and pupils are assisted. Okay, so I call it guided writing, if you allow me to express myself that way. But I think it is guided writing, and it makes the candidate feel extremely safe and secure. Because it's not, okay, I've been given a topic, okay, you might have someone who is blocked at the moment, you might have someone who is extremely anxious at the moment, they might have examiners, they might have butterflies in their stomach. This actually helps them to make good use of their time, okay, and gives them ideas and a guide to follow, a path to follow. So it's pretty good. Okay, and you have the second part, which is the compulsory part, where you have to write an essay, okay, between 200 and 250 words. Someone is raising their hand for some reason. Sophia Karopoulou. Will you allow me, Sophia, to finish, please, or write your question? Thank you. Thank you, sweetie. Okay, so you might have, you can include in your email, for example, here it says your college is launching an exchange program and the first group of students is due to arrive next month. You've been asked to write an email that will be sent to all the students before they arrive. So you have to include in your mail 4 things. What plans are already in place? Advise the students how to get the best out of the experience. Ask about expectations and tell the group what you are looking forward to most. 4 things. Very straightforward. It's straightforward. You can't miss it. Okay, so you have good results. And finally, we will come to the last test, which is C2, that we will see today, and that there is concerning ESOL exams. C2 CFR, which is the proficiency that we all know, and which up to a few years back allowed people to teach in the private sector. And it still allows people, if they have a certification in TEFL, to teach throughout Europe, throughout Europe in summer schools or in language schools, etc. Okay, so you have the listening is pretty much the same. And when it comes to the reading, the format is the same again. We have the first part, which is more or less the use of English, and you have your questions on spelling, vocabulary, punctuation, grammar mistakes, and so on. And then you have, again, reading texts concerning excuse me, concerning, what was I saying? Excuse me. You have the writing paper, which you have 4 options. And you have a letter. Option A is a letter, for example, an article, an email, or some sort of proposal. Again, you can see the topics here. They're fairly straightforward. Again, 4 bullets are given, okay? And the candidate is actually guided through this writing task as well. And you have part 2. Now, in this part, you have 250 to 300 words to write, more than any other level, okay? Again, you are given a topic, fairly straightforward, and it's a response mostly to an email, okay, more or less. For example, this one says here, you are a member of a club which organizes an annual camping trip for their members. Respond to an email invitation you received to go on the camping trip. Explain why you would or would not like to go on the trip. Describe what you liked or did not like about the previous year's trip. Make suggestions for activities to make the trip better. Suggest alternatives to a camping trip, okay? Fairly straightforward. Okay, now I'm going to go to the speaking, and I'm just going to focus on the C2 speaking, okay, which is pretty much, the format is the same for all levels, for B1 to C2. Now, we actually, VTCT allows us to send the images and the scenarios. The speaking consists of 3 parts here, okay? We have the first part of the test, where the candidate is required to answer 5 very simple, straightforward questions. For example, where would you like to visit in the next year? Why do you want to go there? What do you like to do for exercise? What is your routine in the morning? For example, in answering that question, if someone says, what is your routine in the morning? And someone says, oh, I like to have my cup of coffee. I like to listen to the radio, read my paper, etc. That's fine. It's a pass. Okay, because it's perfectly understandable, okay? Now, if someone says, I enjoy having a hot beverage in the morning, you understand that someone really knows their English, okay? Coffee is coffee, but a hot beverage can also be coffee. And you know that when someone uses this expression, that they have engaged in learning the language more. They have, they haven't just sat in classes just to pass an exam, okay? They appreciate the language, and we love to see people like that, okay? What do you do at the weekend? What kind of holiday do you prefer? These are just sample questions, okay? So this is part 1 of the exam, These questions are not given, okay, beforehand to the schools, the candidates, okay? What is given to the candidates and the schools are the scenarios that we will, assess pupils on. For example, there are 4 scenarios, okay? Look at the phrase here, scenario 1, we are going to discuss friendships. So you can prepare, your students on friendship. We're going to discuss the different regions of your country. You can prepare your students about talking, when it comes to talking about regions in your country, okay? And there are other 2 scenarios. You will receive just the sentence. Scenario 1, we are going to discuss friendship. Scenario 2, we are going to discuss the different regions of your country. Scenario 3, blah, blah. Scenario 4, blah, blah. Not the questions, okay, that you see in front of you now, okay? But we will ask, because, the UK, VTCT sends us set questions, and we are not allowed to ask any other question other than the prescribed questions, okay? So we will ask them, is it good to have a wide variety of friends? Where do your friends live, and what do they do? Do you get in touch with old friends? Do you meet new people through your friends? So we engage in a conversation with them, a short conversation. In my experience, okay, and through piloting exams, etc., the actual time that is needed for the oral assessment is something between, for C2 level, 8 to 9 minutes. I mean, 6 minutes is fine, but it's what you get 1 or 2. Okay, not the majority of students. The majority of students engage in a conversation in a speaking test for like 8 or 9 minutes. Am I right, Iana? Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. All right. That's the second part of the exam. I'm going to move on now to the third part of the exam, which is a set of images. We send you 4 images. Okay. We are really not into describing the image, okay? So we don't want a student walking in, having the image in their mind and say, oh my God, this is a UFO, you can see the spaceship, you can see this, you can see that. No, we are not interested in that. We are interested in engaging in a conversation. Now I have questions here for image 1, image 2, image 3, and image 4. I want you to look at image 1. Okay. Image 2, it's going to be a long time before I do that, folks. Okay. Okay. Image 3. Okay. And image 4. I'm going to go back to the questions now. Look at image 4, please, because I like image 4, personally speaking. Okay. Have a good look at it. Okay. Back to the questions. Okay. Now, what can you see in the picture? If someone tells me, okay, I'm an examiner, okay, and they tell me, I see, I'm going to go back to this is the picture here, okay? If someone tells me, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, I see markers, pens, I see a tablet. This is C2 level, remember? C2 level, okay? I see a cup of coffee, maybe or tea, chairs, a table. Okay, I understand that this person can speak English. Okay, I understand that he or she speaks English. What I would like to hear from a candidate is, well, this is basically a picture, from a modern work environment. I can see 5, people conversing, planning, working on a project, perhaps. I can see their tablet. I can see how interested they are in this, it's probably something very important. Maybe they're making a decision of some kind, okay? That would allow the assessor to give an extra point or 2 to the candidate. All right. So you have the second question, for example, what are the advantages and disadvantages of working in a team? Here you want the candidate to elaborate, okay? He doesn't have to be an MBA holder to know this, okay? It's pretty straightforward, pretty basic, pretty straightforward, but we do want to see people with an advanced, we'd love to see that, okay? Of course, it's fine if it's a pass rate, if it's, basic pass rate for, the candidate and for everyone involved. But our goal, both as educators and awarding body providers, is to see good candidates. Okay, so make sure that you prepare your students for the appropriate level, because we were discussing with a lot of colleagues in the UK a couple of weeks back about C2 level candidates. And we sort of were, saying that people they're not conversing as they did in the past anymore because of many factors. I mean, you have your the language has been, I'm not allowed to say this, but social media has not had the greatest effect on learning, okay, and vocabulary development. People used to read a lot in the past. you know, any kind of reading. People just, you know, scroll down nowadays, and there's a great, you know, there's a great gap there. So we as educators should try to, you know, change this for everybody's sake, really. Okay. All right. That's all I have to say about the speaking test. All of the assessors are trained by VTCT and certified as well. It's very good that we have this support from VTCT headquarters in the UK, because we make certain that we provide the best quality for us anyway. Okay, now this is all that has to do with VTCT. Okay, the actual papers, B1 to C2, and the format, etc. If you have any questions, please type them in. Go ahead. Ioana is here to answer. Okay, she gets to do all the, you know, the nitty-gritties in this company. Okay. All right, and she's a gemstone anyway. Okay, now we have 9 exam sessions here. Okay, for 2024, you can see them. We've already set them. So unless there's a major earthquake, God forbid, because we've seen it all in Greece, you know, during 2023, we hope, everybody hopes that 2024 will be a better year for everyone. These exam dates will be in, you know, in effect. And because it's my birthday on the 22nd of June in 2024, please make a note of this. I will give out 5 for the June period, 5 entries, okay, for free from all over Greece, okay? So that's 5 entries for free on June 22nd for the exam session then, okay? That's 5 entries. The other thing that I haven't told you about, but I will tell you about now, is that for every exam entry for VTCT Greece, okay, €1, not £1, €1 will go to charity. So if it's 50 entries, €50. If it's, you know, 200 entries, €200. 16,000 entries, €16,000 off to charity. Okay, because VTCT, as I stressed again, is one of the biggest charities in the UK, and we are starting out very, very humble here in Greece as well. Okay, our last exam session for 2023, okay, will be on December 9th. The registration is open until November 19th. You have our contact details here, okay? You can log into b.e.S.A.edu.gr, call us, landline or mobile, email us. Ioana Papathanassiou is the person responsible. She's for the registrations. You can see her, okay, over there.
We are also on Viber and WhatsApp.
Sorry?
We are also on Viber and WhatsApp.
Sorry about this, folks. I did not include this. She's telling me off. She's telling me off. We also have Viber and what else?
WhatsApp.
And WhatsApp. And you will also find us on Instagram and Facebook as well, and LinkedIn. I'm really awful when it comes to all of this, but you know, I come from another generation. I'm not just a digital immigrant. I'm digitally illiterate. Just to make a joke. Okay, right. And all right, I'm gonna go on, and this is the most interesting part of the presentation. I want you to take notes, please. Okay, I will not have this, okay, because I didn't have time to write it anyway, because I was, all right. Okay, now, you all remember the late Gina Bahulatou-Vlachou, who was a mentor of mine. Loved the woman to bits. She's the one that introduced me to ICC in Graz and to, you know, other things. Anyway, I'm gonna get emotional now. She actually told me that, you know, if you want to get anywhere in life with, you know, with partners, with business, with students, with parents, with God knows who, your main question is, you know, what they're going to ask you is, what's in it for me? What am I going to get out of choosing you to be my provider when it comes to anything, you know, books, I don't know what. So you probably you're wondering right now, oops, is this a supermarket? No, this is not a supermarket, but I have a grand proposal here, folks, and I want you to listen very, very carefully. Remember in the beginning when I told you that make a note that we have our cooperation with the Institute of Linguists, ESOL Worldwide, ICC, actually the University of Coventry as well, which I didn't put on board, but it's okay because they work with ICC anyway. Okay, I know that all awarding bodies, not all, I'm not right in saying this because there is, you know, there's an anti-bribery, of course, you know, policy. We have one too. The thing is that we have to take care of those who support us, and we have decided as a team to work towards that direction. Now, what we are aiming to do is to change what is the ELT fields in Greece. We are investing, we have invested, we're not investing now, we have invested since 2016 as PACE. But now is the time to actually assist those who have supported us and who will be supporting us. What I mean to say is that if one, for example, has, let's say, a number of candidates, okay, sitting our tests, we will be providing, according to the number of candidates, specific courses, okay, if you choose so. If you don't, if you have other options in mind, feel free to contact the office and we will discuss about it, okay? But for those of you who are engaged in what they do, who love their career, okay, and who want to move a step forward, okay, we will be providing the training, okay, for TEFL courses, TB, okay, general TEFL, CELTO, not CELTA, CELTO, Certificate in English Teaching Online, okay, the training for the diploma in translation, okay, now I don't know if you are aware of this, but the training for the diploma in translation worldwide starts from 2,000 euros upwards, okay? And it's a level 7 qualification, it's a postgraduate qualification. We will be offering the training for those who will be supporting us, okay, as a token of appreciation, okay? The certification is another story. You deal with the Institute of Linguists with that. We do not intervene in that, okay? And we will also be providing teacher training and trips to the UK, okay? I will let you in on that, okay? Now, these trips are for teachers. I repeat, they are for teachers, not for students. For example, I will not come up to you and say, if you have entered, let's say 80 students, you will send your student to a so-and-so trip at this moment. I cannot do that. What I can offer is that if you support, okay, us at our first steps, you will be provided with a trip to the UK to be trained, to have a short training and to visit the UK and, you know, see in person if you haven't done it again, or if you have, it's a great opportunity to revisit UK. Okay, basically, the other thing that I want you to know is that we are at the moment trying to set up a network of language schools who are interested in providing Greek language training or English language training, okay, to foreigners, because you know for a fact that the UK, who of course has always done this, okay, God knows since when, but because of the Brexit situation, Malta, for example, have been running the show, and Malta has 1.5 million foreign language students trained annually in their little tiny island, which is not even half of Rhodes. And we in Greece, excluding a few schools or businesses, we don't actually provide this on a national level. We hope and aim to do this, and we're working very hard towards this, but we're doing this a step at a time. So what we need to have is trained teachers, very, very important. I know that you've all been trained, but we have to retrain ourselves for the new market, because this is a new market. Our own students are a new market, and you all are aware of this. Okay, and one more thing. You've all left your details with Dimitris and Tasula. And I think that it will be nice of us, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. We'll send you a few links for you to use in your classrooms, etc. And we're open for any questions that you might have, okay? Feel free to contact us at any time. We're there to assist you, okay?
Actually, another question.
Yes.
How does someone win an entry? Will it be by choosing to register students for the exams?
How does someone
win an entry? Will it be
when the registrations will have been completed for the June exam session, okay? We will have a lawyer in the office pick randomly, okay? 5 entries, and they're a gift from us to you. Does that answer the question? Any other question?
How can we apply for the opening you're having in teaching foreigners Greek or English?
Very good. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, please get in touch with us. I am bed-stricken at the moment. I cannot move from this flat until the 21st of November. So if anyone wants to get in touch with me, please email me, okay, at info.B.E.S.A, and we will get in touch. We will speak personally, and we will open up Greece, and we will actually just surpass Malta, okay? I have visited Malta in 2016, and I saw how 35 language schools cater for 1.5 million foreign students. And Greece, because I've seen many, many foreign languages throughout Europe, they call Greece the broken market. But please bear this in mind. Greece is still #1 in registering students for ESOL exams. So we should be treated with the appropriate respect. And I feel that you agree with me here, okay? By every awarding body, not only VTCT or Cambridge, by every awarding body, okay? Yes, any other question? Oh, something very important that I forgot to say, you guys, something very, very important. You will be greeted by Elaine Ruddock, hopefully. Okay, are they in at the moment?
I'm trying to reach her, actually.
Okay, as Dimitris?
Check.
Okay, Elaine Ruddock has worked with a major Greek association for over 11 years. She moved from VTCT to another awarding body and then back to VTCT, and I'm sure she's going to work miracles. So she knows the Greek market quite well. a lot of you, if the connection is okay and everything's okay, because they're being audited by Ofqual at the moment, when a lot of you see Elaine, you will recognize her. They were in Greece in late August and September. They were in all exhibitions with us. We were in Thessaloniki, just excluding Thessaloniki. They were not in Thessaloniki. We were in EduFest Greece. We were in IP. We were at the ILT News Forum. And the girls, my girls, will be back in early spring, because we have a lot of work to do, and we have a lot of people to meet throughout Greece. So we'll be touring a few cities, and we will be seeing you in exhibitions and in conferences as well. We will also be sponsoring, we will be one of the sponsors anyway for ICC, which will be held at the same time, not the same time, a day after the IATEFL. And if anyone is to visit the IATEFL this year, make sure to visit the VTCT stand, because we will be having a stand there, okay? And God permit, I will be there with the team as well, okay? That's all. Another question.
We need more info about the teaching of foreigners, Greek or English, please.
Okay, we will run another webinar on that probably, okay?
What is the passing rate?
Oh, very important. Yeah, I'm sorry, you guys. The passing rate is 50%. I apologize for not mentioning this. I apologize. 50%, yes. Okay.
Are the exams held in Thessaloniki as well? I mean, all 9 sessions?
Yes, yes, we try to cater for everyone. Yes. But we need a minimum of 10 candidates, okay?
What about those who live far away?
Okay. We try to accommodate in the nearest city, okay? With venues in the nearest cities. And we also can provide, a service, sending someone, an oral examiner / coordinator, over to any place that requires exams to take place.
Is there a free resit in case somebody fails?
Absolutely. No one will pay for a resit. And I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, I had so much on my mind. And I'm under a lot of stress, my painkillers too, you guys. So we cater for people who need to, who suffer from any, let's say, an accident like a broken hand. We have a scriber, or people with dyslexia, etc.
In case of failure, do students sit the whole test?
Yes.
Okay. Will there be someone who can visit us to give more information?
Please ask that person to write where he or she is from. Okay, and we'll try to visit. We will try to visit schools, yes. Oh, and one more thing that I did not mention, very important thing. We also have fast track results. So we have results that are ready in 7 to 15 days, okay? But, there's a but here, because I'm an extremely honest person. We can't have 200 fast track results just because there's a προκήρυξη for A.S.E.P, okay? England will not allow me to do that, okay? England allows us to send a specific number for fast track results, okay? So please bear that in mind. And there's an extra charge for that. And it's not us making money. It's England, having to pay extra for people who will be marking, the oral assessors, and the markers, writing markers. Okay, any other question?
Yes, the person asking is from Restiada.
I'm gonna visit Thrace, it's a promise, okay? Because I have very good friends in Thrace.
Okay. Or else they can contact us and we can
But as soon as I can get myself on a plane, I'm back in action, guys, okay? Anything else?
It will be awesome to send someone in Pylos to provide basic training on the exams.
Absolutely, yes. I will come in person, but it will have to be a weekday, okay, in the morning. Is that suitable?
Is there a specific period of time that this certificate is valid for?
No. This is not an IELTS, which is valid for 2 years and then not valid. It is valid for a lifetime, okay?
Will you need any invigilators for the exams?
Well, if we need people, we will have an opening on Facebook, Instagram, and we will send, we will contact you because you've sent us with your details. You sent us your details, okay?
Their CVs, actually.
Their CVs. Thank you, Anna. Yes. If people are interested, yes, thank you, Anna, for mentioning this. If people are interested, excuse me, in working with us from all over Greece, please be so kind as to send your CV, okay? Because I will have a second training for oral examiners coming up pretty soon. So if you want to work as an oral examiner, a coordinator, you know, an invigilator, be so kind as to send your CV, please. Thank you. Any other question?
What are the exam fees? They can find everything online.
Everything is found online. You're not to worry about that, okay?
The link is not here yet.
Where is Eileen? Elaine. Okay, anything else that you'd like to know? Any other question? Now, Ioanna has told me that there are people from all over Greece, from Syros, Thessaloniki, Chania, Athens, Atalanta, Preveza, Xanthi, Iraklio, Estiada. Just to make, you know, mention a few places. And I'm very happy about this because I have been in this field for over 30 years and I have worked as an oral examiner for, I'm not going to say all the exam boarding bodies, I'm going to say 90% of them. So pretty much, I've probably seen you and you've probably seen me. I had a different haircut, but it's okay. So I'm looking forward to visiting a few places, okay?
Maria is asking.
Yes?
She's an ECP holder.
Mm-hmm.
Can someone teach at the language school for this video?
Okay, Maria. A lot of people are working on that. I can't open my cards at the moment, but I don't know if you people took notes. I'm going to go back. Hang on. Before, oops. Okay. Can everybody see this? Education and training? I want you to look at your screen and look at the last little photo with the writing down there. It says VTCT Level 5 Diploma in Education and Training.
Okay, let's maximize it a little bit.
Okay, I've got Wonder Woman here who's going to do this. Whoops. Okay.
So triangle.
Nope.
Let's do.
Hang in there. I'll answer the question immediately.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So if you look at this last picture over here that has below VTCT Level 5 Diploma in Education and Training. Now, if you actually obtain this, and it's not a very difficult thing to do if your English is at a true C2 level and you've done a cert TEFL, okay, any cert TEFL. I'm not, you know, naming it has to be INTESOL that I represent, okay, for God's sake, no. Now, if you acquire a level 5 diploma in education and training, it enables you, I want you to note this, to teach in a public school in the UK, let alone around Europe. Now, I know that the certificate of proficiency, and in a sense, quite rightly so, does not allow people to teach in Frontisteria. Although there are certificate holders who are beautiful teachers, who are excellent teachers. What is, oops, what is correct at the moment is to actually upgrade everybody's training, everybody's certification that will allow fair practice, okay? Now, level 5 diploma in education and training, okay, we'll have, we're in a discussion at the moment with a lot of very important people in very important places, okay? Let me put it this way. Okay, I cannot open my cards anymore. But if you actually have your proficiency, move on, do a cert TEFL, do a level 5 diploma in education and training. Elaine Rodek and myself are there to assist you, and we will take it from there. And I promise you that it's going to be, there's a long way to go yet, but you know, where there's a will, there's a way, and we will find a way for the Greek market as well. That's all I'm allowed to say. Are Elaine and Lucy in there?
Not yet.
Not yet,
I also
okay.
have a question. If level 5 over 100 is a CELTA equivalent, they should be able to get the license from A.S.Ė.P, I think, right?
I would like to see that in written paper, actually, okay? But I'm pretty sure that this is the fact. This is the case, excuse me, okay?
To teach in the UK without the PGCE qualification?
You need a level 5 diploma in education and training. This is why VTCT is so important as well. Your PG is top-notch, of course. It's what teachers have, okay? But this is also another route, because in the UK, there are many pathways. It's not like in Greece, you have your bachelor, full stop, that's it, end of story. In the UK, there are other ways around things, okay? They provide the training, the certification, and it's not only one awarding body, there are many. And as I said before at the beginning, there are, at the moment, okay, a few awarding bodies, but this is the 7th or 8th largest awarding body in the UK. Any other question? Okay.
Do something to the Greek government. We would love to teach.
I'm sure you would, I'm sure. And the Greek government should start listening to a lot of people, basically, but that's another story, okay?
So, concerning the UK, this level 5 certification is equivalent to an MA in teaching.
No. A level 5, people, make a note of this, level 5 and level 6. Level 6 is undergraduate bachelor. Level 5 is something like your EEC or A.S.Ė.P equivalent, okay? And level 7, which is a diploma in translation, is a master's equivalent, okay? Anything that says level 7 on it is master's equivalent. Anything that says level 6 is a bachelor's equivalent. And anything that has level 5 on it, okay, is an EEC-A.S.Ė.P equivalent, okay? And I can state this with certainty. Thank you, Jana. Any other question? No. I don't know what's wrong with Elaine and Lucy. As I said, they have an audit with Ofqual. Maybe that's one of the reasons. Dimitris has no? Any luck?
Here, no.
Because they have the busy mornings and people.
How much does it cost? That's the question.
How much does what cost? The exam fees or the diploma or what?
What about the exam? The diploma, the certification?
You mean B1 to?
No, the diploma, the certification.
Okay, I will have to have VTCT come up with special pricing for Greece, okay? So anyone who will want to engage in acquiring the level 5 diploma in education and training will be speaking directly to the office and to the UK, okay, with Elaine Roddick and me. Yes.
We also have another question. What about the exam fees?
Okay, the exam fees start from 195 for the C2, am I correct? 185 C1, 175, excuse me, for B2, and for B1, 80, okay? And we also will be having young learners, which are going to be a surprise for you as of January. Any other question?
Concerning level 5 diploma, can we have more info, please? E.g. preparation course, etc. Yes,
you will be having more info. This is why I asked for Elaine to come on board to say hi to you. But I will be giving, please write an email to us stating your interest in the level 5 diploma so we can have immediate response from the UK as well, okay? Because if I have, let's say, 5 or 10 of you willing to do this, then I will ask for a better price from the UK. Ask Dimitris, do we have to, what we have to do now? Maybe she wasn't. It's all right, okay. Please accept my apologies for my colleagues in the UK, for Elaine Roddick and Lucy Strand, okay? So they were here in late August until early September, okay? They know the Greek market, especially Elaine. She's been in Greece for 11 years. She was in Greece for 11 years, establishing a very big association and an awarding body. She loves Greece. She has worked with Greece for a long time, and she will be hopefully traveling with me to a few provinces in Greece to say hello to a lot of people. And she will be here in the springtime for the exhibition. So please try not to miss any exhibition, any forum, especially the big ones, because this is where we'll be present, okay? For a fact. Right, any other question?
Sorry, I must have missed the answer about the oral examiners.
If you're interested in becoming an oral examiner, invigilator, coordinator, please send your CV to B.E.S.A, okay? Thank you. All right, I think I will wrap it up. Any other question? Last question?
Any advice for those who didn't get the eparchia because of the 2018 law, but abolished them and love this job and want to teach and be lawful?
I love that question. Okay. Iana is looking at me. Okay, we're both, listen to this, people. I'm working with someone, okay. I've finished, I've got my bachelor's, etc., okay. But there are people who have got, who are proficiency holders, who are well-read. When I say well-read, I mean they're educated. And I love educated people and who do a great job, who don't miss a seminar, who need this chance. And I am working towards that so everything can be lawful. That's the only thing I can say at the moment. And Iana is giving me a smile, a big smile. Okay. And so is Elaine on the other side of the channel, okay? All right, any other question? Because I will be closing pretty soon. I have to close, I'm sorry.
I'm one of those and I have done anything possible to be a good teacher.
Good, I'm very happy to hear that. And please jot down the name. All of you who don't have a bachelor's degree, but who have C2 level and who have a will, okay, and a flair to be good EFL teachers, please get in touch with us. I will be sending you everything there is, everything that you need, all the info that you need. All you have to do is study and sit a certification, okay? And you can work anywhere in Europe. You can work online as well, lawfully, okay?
get well soon. You're a woman with B.E.S.A. Many people have wished to get well.
I thank you all for your good wishes. I truly hope that this will be a better year for all of humanity, because it's been pretty rough for everybody. Yes, is Elaine in?
Yeah.
Elaine is in. People don't go. No.
Not yet. She's been trying to, to enter. So let me send her the link again.
Please don't go. You have to see this wonderful woman, okay? Because she's made all of this possible. Because I didn't have, I'll let you in a secret. I didn't have, not the credentials. I do have the credentials and the experience and the CV and all the rest for the exams, but I didn't have the financial backup to lift, to make a go at this. And a lot of people have been there for me, and I'm very grateful to those that I mentioned in the beginning, and to Elaine Ruddock, who's really put in not only a good word, but she's the cornerstone of VTCT. Okay, is she in?
Not yet.
Not yet. So please bear with us a couple of more minutes. Please be so kind, because she really would love to say hello, and she's going through an audit at the moment with Ofqual. Because Ofqual doesn't only deal with, English. We think that we hear Ofqual, and we think it's English. Not only English, it's every single certification that any institution in the UK provides. It has to go through Ofqual. Okay? All right. So she'll be in saying hello.
Bear with us for a few moments.
Please bear with us. Be so kind. Again, I thank you for your patience. Most of you stayed put, and those of you who left on time, because I'm sure you've got your lessons, kids to pick up from school, etc. Okay, Shin?
Not yet.
Anything you want to know about anything that you've heard about, Dimitris will be sending the recording again to everyone. Feel free to contact us at any time. As I told you, I'm bedstricken. I'll be, I can't move until the 21st of November, so.
Do oral examiners still have to travel to other towns for the examination?
Well, I think you understand that it's best not to have your next door neighbor as your oral examiner, okay? So I think, yes, we do. We make certain that they travel to another town, a nearby town, or in the same province, or in the next province, for example, okay?
We thank you very much, and for the great English. That was a comment.
Thank you. I was not that confident concerning Greek, so I've studied Greek at undergraduate level as well, because I grew up in the States a long time ago anyway. Okay. Any luck?
Just sent a message.
Oops. Okay. I will need a painkiller pretty soon again. Very well. Okay. As I mentioned before, 2 publishing houses, I am not allowed to say which yet, will be providing a book, full of practice tests, etc. The common procedure, that everybody has. Feel free. We will have a webinar with them as well, but it's a simple test. It's a simple test, extremely straightforward. All you need to do is stick to your course book, do your job, and things will be fine. Okay. Ioana will be sending a few papers as well, because I need to have written permission from VTCT before I release any paper. Okay, for people to see and use. That's why I had I took, the material from the sample papers that we have on site. I am not allowed to distribute any past papers unless I have written consent from VTCT. Okay, but do not feel, intimidated by this, because you will have plenty of material to work with, I promise. People are working on this at the moment, and they're working on this in the UK as well. Okay.
Please, could you send the recording?
Yes. The recording will be sent to all of you. Dimitris has promised this. I'm sure that he will take care of this. Any luck? Someone has put a spell on me. What's going on?
Okay, right.
Okay. I'm extremely happy that a lot of people have asked about the diploma in education and training. I think this is one of the greatest things that VTCT has to offer, along with the ESOL certifications. And I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning of the webinar, but VTCT has been a prominent trainer in the UK since the early 1960s. So they have a lot of experience in everything, to say the least. It's not an awarding body that just, was established to serve providing strictly ESOL qualifications or any other qualification. It's something that has to do with serving the greater public, and it's one of the reasons that it's a charity. And Sir Alan Woods, who is responsible, has made his life mission to assist people. Okay. Lucy, hi. You made it. Good. Okay. These people were running a bit late, so just a brief hi, okay, because some of them have managed to stay on. 112 people have managed to stay on, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, my darling. Yes, I can.
I'm so sorry to everyone for the technical issues that we've been experiencing. Zoom is not my friend.
Okay.
It's lovely to be here.
There's a hello, Lucy, from Evarasidaki to everyone as well. Okay.
Hello.
Just a quick hi.
Yeah, Elaine's not able to join us. She's been called into a meeting, but yeah, she asked me to come and send her apologies. Yeah.
Okay. These people have been really, really patient with us. They've been with us. They've been with us for like almost, now it's like an hour and 40 minutes. Okay. And we've answered to a lot of the questions, and we've got a lot of people also interested in the diploma, the the diploma in education and training. So we're opening up a new market over here. Okay. I can't accept that Greece is a broken market, people, okay? This is one of the best markets in Europe, and we're going to make sure that everything runs smoothly and beautifully here, okay? Thank you, Lucy.
Thank you very much.
Give my regards to Elaine, okay? And the only thing that I can say is that Greece thanks you for being with us, okay? For everything.
Thank you so much for your hospitality, and we're really looking forward to working with you all in the future. So yeah, best of luck.
Okay, thank you, Luz. Bye-bye. Okay. Εδώ θα σας χαιρετήσω, τουλάχιστον μπήκε η Lucy μέσα. I'm going to use my Greek now too, because as I told you, they're being audited by Ofqual, every awarding body.